After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, welcome to Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 134. It is December 23rd, about 10:30 in the morning, I guess. Ty is up late. Because we had to get started. We decided to do it early so we wouldn't have to do it later on in the day.
Yeah, we're in a slightly different location.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Christmas tree up and really wanted to get in the background.
Look, Denise.
So, yes. I'm not sure if I can stand wearing this entire podcast. It's rubbing the back of my ears. Yeah, slightly different location. I don't know how fuzzy it is. Hopefully it's not too fuzzy. This is a one-time thing.
Yeah, my husband was really excited about us putting the tree behind, and we thought it was a good idea. So
yes.
he dragged down the second rocking chair, and here we are.
And I can't stand this thing. It's driving me nuts.
Oh, well, I can keep mine on a little bit longer.
They're calling me a bah humbug at work because I don't like the holiday scrubs.
Holiday scrubs?
They're allowed to wear the holiday scrubs only during Christmas time and, like, special holidays, and I don't like the printed scrubs. I think they're tacky.
Okay. Well, be that as it may. But I will probably keep this on just a little bit longer, and then I'll probably take it off as well.
It's rubbing on the back of my head and hurts. I don't like wearing headbands either, so.
Mm-hmm. We welcome new and I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico, just about everywhere.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, on Ravelry and on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm usually on Ravelry and sometimes on Instagram, not on Plurk very much anymore. And if you happen to frequent my writing sites, I'm there as Marlisha or Shadowlight.
We each have tea, and we grabbed Christmas cookies as well.
Yeah, so we might nibble a little here and there. This is homemade biscotti. We call it Italian chocolate cookie. I don't put the nuts in because we give these out in baskets, and I don't want to take the chance that somebody might have a nut allergy. And we don't eat much in the way of nuts anyway.
And then we have a gift basket. Hold on 1 second. I hear movement upstairs. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Denise's having a little bit of a rough day, so we might go in and out of pause if she needs to come downstairs.
Okay.
Nothing serious.
No, just a rough time right now.
Yeah.
Okay, part of what she has. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. For those who are new, welcome. For those who have just who are returning, we're glad to have you back. If you are still lurking in the shadows, please feel free to join us. There's still time to get involved with the toy along and possibly win some neat prizes. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Grab your Christmas cookies
Grab
and
Christmas cookie, tea, coffee, whatever it is you like. Coffee. Excuse We do have some members who joined officially in the group who have become members. We want to welcome them specially. We have Liz's Creations, who is Lizette. Welcome, Lizette. Junk It Up, who is Michelle. Welcome, Michelle.
Is Lizette a designer?
I believe she is because her thing is Lizette's Creation. Liz's Creations.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she's a designer. Junk It Up, who's Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. Vivinet, who's Vivian. I think I pronounced that right. Welcome, Vivian. Piper's Mom, who's Sandy. Welcome, Sandy. Stitches by Lena, who is Lena. I think she's also I think she might be a designer as well. I'm not sure. Mrs. L71, who is Sarah. Welcome, both Sarah and Lena. A.E. Mummy, I'm not sure if that's what she means.
A Mummy?
A Mummy, who is MJ. Welcome, MJ. CDS Gifts, who is Penny. Welcome, Penny. River Breeze, who is Janice. Welcome, Janice. Two Kirby's, who is Catherine. Welcome, Catherine. And Trish CDA, who is Pat. Welcome, Pat. Thank you for joining the group with us, and we hope to see maybe some toys if you're doing toys, or if you're getting ready to do the sweater along with us in January, that would be great. The 12 Days of Christmas has really
Taken
kind of
off?
taken off. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. She hasn't gone to sleep yet. I'm still trying to wake up. My parents just left. I was up very early this morning to see them off. But in any event, the PHN 12 Days of Christmas thread has really taken off. Got a lot of really cute and sweet stories in there about their favorite Christmas
Yes.
and gifts and things like that. It's a pleasure to read, and
If you haven't stopped by there, stop by there.
stop by there. One post per person, please, so that we can pull the winners without having to worry about double posts. But all the stories are amazing, and we're enjoying them immensely. Want to once again mention 10 hours or less through December 25th. You can get 25% all orders of $5 or more.
20% off.
25% off. I'm sorry. Promo code is December 25th, and I believe December it's DEC, all caps, 25, no spaces. So it's capital DEC 25, all one word, on 10hoursorless.com and on Ravelry.com. And he does have a couple of free knitted and crocheted patterns. They're ornament patterns, one knitted, one crochet. So check those out. George has been very active, and he has some really nice patterns on there, and it's well worth taking a look.
It is.
The toy along, we are winding down. We have another week to go, and the toys are just awesome. They blow me away. They really are adorable. I picked up a couple of patterns. I picked up a couple of new designers that I didn't know about. Some of them are just amazing.
And it also means as the toy along starts winding down, you start thinking about sweaters for the sweater along that's coming up. So just an FYI, keep it in the back of your head sort of thing.
Right, because the sweater along starts the minute the toy along finishes. And that is her baby, so that's all I'm going to say about that.
Which means it's going to be poorly organized and very slow on comments.
I will try to keep up as much as I can. But I do want to, I was going to show the prizes this time around, but you guys are going to see them when we pull for prizes anyway, so I'm not going to bother with
That's
that.
next week.
We're not pulling next week. Next week's the 30th.
Oh.
We can show them next week. But I did want to go through the prize donors. We had a generous viewer who asked to remain anonymous, who has donated one more prize to our prize pool for the toy along. She donated a one $10 or less Ravelry downloadable pattern. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. You didn't say that she was only donating our very own George's.
Our very own George. One $10 or less Ravelry downloadable pattern. And what will happen is you will get, when we pull your name, when we pull your name, you will contact me and tell me what pattern you want, and I will give it to her, and she will gift it to you. She just wants to remain anonymous, so only we and you will know who she is. And we're really appreciative of that.
You match.
Yes, I do. We also have, stop it. I'm going to put you on the naughty list.
I am on the naughty list.
You are the naughty list.
I am the naughty list.
You've heard the rules a million times. I don't know if I need to go over. I'm not going to go over the rules again. You know what they are. But the other prizes, for Marigold Jen, who donated a skein of her sock weight yarn in the Firestarter colorway. That's 438 yards, and it is gorgeous. The color, the title, the name of it says it all. Firestarter. It's beautiful.
It's sparkly.
It is. Karen Fay donated a skein of Verdant Griffin yarn in the Bugabase in the Blue Mormon colorway, and Karen is one of our viewers, and it was a very generous donation. She got it from the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, so that's really cool. And that's 412 yards. Maria Wilhelmina, who is Mariette, donated a skein of Mama Llama yarn, which is 350 yards of perfect sock yarn, and it's really soft and squishy, and it's pretty. Bella Socks, who's Aileen, donated 2 skeins of Malabrigo lace weight in the Vermilion colorway, which is a really vibrant red, which are 470 yards each. So it's a total of 940 yards. That's going to make a nice project for somebody. Our very own George, 10 hours or less, donated 3 of his patterns.
His very own patterns.
His very own patterns. 1 to each of 3 lucky winners. So that's awesome. And you guys have a whole bunch
lot
to choose from. and he will send a coupon code to you when you when he hears your name. I think that's how it's going to work. George can tell me if it isn't. And
It's
what
funny
it is.
because our rocking chairs are kind of linked right now. Whenever you rock, I'm rocking too.
It's like a double rocker. We do have one skein of No Maker's Fingering Sock Weight yarn in the Sparkle Gnome base in the To Be Jolly colorway.
Good heavens, you move a lot.
Yes, I do.
You're like, what?
What? Stop it.
You see how annoying that is?
No, well, you keep doing this, so I can do that.
Oh.
Flick. One Ploverbird small project bag. The stacking,
should make it
the
more
stocking, the stocking balls, stacking dolls project bag. Yes, there, I can speak. And then of course our mystery donation. So I think we have like 12 prizes,
We have a
which
lot.
is really awesome. So you guys are really lucky.
And they're not even counting 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah. So we have 12 prizes there and 12 prizes there. So yeah, so you guys are really lucky. I'm kind of jealous. Some of those prizes are amazing.
Are amazing.
All of those prizes are amazing,
Mhm.
actually. So that's what we have for that. And you have about a week more to get in your whips and your finished objects. Make sure they have not been started before October 1st is all we ask, and that they're knitted or crocheted, and you know the rest of the rules. And before I forget, we are co-hosting this with the Bakery Bears.
I'm just fixing your horns.
Antlers, not horns. I'm not a devil. The lovely Kay and Dan.
Dan, you're lovely too.
Yes, Dan is lovely. No, Dan is loverly. Kay
Okay.
is lovely.
Okay.
And Kay, I like that hat on you. It's really cute.
Mhm.
She knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, she's like, yes, I'm wearing it right now. Thank you so much.
She's a sweet. I
Because
love
that's
your,
exactly how Kay talks,
I
of
love
course.
your crocheted blanket. I love the way you say crochet. She says crochet. She puts a kind of an emphasis on the first part of the word crochet. So it's really cool the way she says. I just love it. So yes, and thank you for the shout out, Kay and Dan.
Indeed.
They are our co-hosts. You can double dip in their toy along
Mhm.
thread as long as you're a member of the group as well as ours. So you can double dip in both. And please, if you don't already watch them, check them out. They're amazing.
Indeed.
Their last podcast was really fantastic. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Did you want to do a quick sweater along?
No, we can do
Intro?
it next week.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring it up.
All right. So how many whips do you have?
I'm too tired to really do a sweater log intro.
How many whips?
Tree.
3. I think I have 5. Let me see.
Then you do 2 in a row to begin
I have
with.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you do 2 in a row to begin with.
Okay. Let me just get back to where I was. My first whip, I just did a little bit on it. I've been working on some other things kind of monogamously. You recognize the bag. This is my bag, medium French ladies bag. And this is my baby blanket. It is the apple of my eye baby blanket from the newborn baby blanket pattern by Altadena Green. And I'm using 10.5, US 10.5 with Knit Picks Bravo worsted in red. And I think I did about 4 rows on this. And that is the wrong side, but that's okay, I don't care, because I like the wrong side. It's kind of bunched up on the needles a little bit, but there we go.
There's the right side.
Yeah. And I'm having fun with this. It's getting a little bit rumpled up from being in the bag, but when I wash it, it'll straighten out. Because it's acrylic, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, and the acrylic tends to rumple a little bit more.
Yeah. And I'm having fun with it because it's one of my plops, one of my Tilly plops. And not just a plop, it's a Tilly plop.
Oh, okay. What makes it a Tilly plop instead of a normal plop?
Because I want it to be. Because it makes me smile. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because somebody had mentioned a plop. I forget where it was I read it, and what it wasn't exactly the nicest thing.
Oh.
And I don't remember what it was, so I said, so my plops are Tilly plops. Yes, they are. So that, Tilly, that's for you. Tilly plops. Tilly plops. Okay.
You have one more.
I have one more. I have to write Tilly down.
Oh, yeah, you came prepared.
I always come prepared.
No, no, you really don't.
I do.
No.
My
How
second
many
one,
times have I lent you pen? scissors.
My what's in a
Tape
square
measure.
blanket. My what's in a square blanket. No pattern for this. I'm sorry, I just want to have a little tea before it gets cold. My what's in my square blanket. What's in square blanket? It has grown. I'm sorry, Ty, excuse me.
Okay.
I am on the orange because I'm moving into the reds. And this is the wrong side, but you can see it's getting quite large.
Very good.
This is the other side, the right side of it. It actually looks, I don't ever see it like this unless I'm on the podcast because it's always bunched up in my lap. So I'm always surprised at what it looks like. So, and
So
this
are
is,
you liking it so far?
I love it. I love it. It's fun, and I have another one that I want to make, but that'll be coming up later in Stash Enhancements.
But I mean, do you like how the colors are working?
Oh, I love it. This is kind of a more planned out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of a semi-planned out color scheme, at least until I find something that I want to put in that isn't.
Mhm.
So, but I'm having fun with it. It's very potato chippy. It's just a half double crochet. I am not doing it like Kay or Denise from Baker Bears and Knitting Dan respectively. They're doing actual blocks. I don't like the sewing involved with that, so I'm just doing one big log cabin and just picking up stitches for the I want to finish my sentence. I want to write my sentence. What was I saying? Oh, they're doing it beautifully where they are doing different.
I just
separate
want all
squares.
those ends to weave in.
I would rather just weave the ends in and pick up the
It's
stitches.
not so much, I don't want to sew it all together because
Yeah.
I already have to weave the ends in.
Yeah, I don't mind weaving the ends. I don't like sewing because my gauge is very strange, and a lot of times it isn't the right size. In fact, Kate had mentioned something about those squares that we sent in.
Mhm.
That she was having to finagle a little bit. And she was talking about how she had to lay them.
It was because of yours.
Well, she hasn't done one of mine yet.
It was because of yours.
It will be because of one of mine because my gauge is just off. But she, yeah. So I'm having fun with this. I am enjoying it. I think this is one of my new kind of like go-to projects when I just want to make something
Mm-hmm.
that I can just watch TV.
It looks fairly. Every time it's going to end up unique.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be, even if you're using the same colors, it's going to be different. So, and it's living in my Vera Bradley bag that I'm not going to pick up because I don't want to. And I'm using, I think I'm using an eye hook with this and Bravo. And most of this, I've got different yarns in here. I've got Bravo worsted. I've got all kinds of yarn in here. Some are from projects, some are not. I even have figuring held double in here. So, okay, go ahead.
All right, my first one that I'm going to speak on is my Thor, which is Diana's Hat Pattern by Joanna Johnson. And it is, I'm using the, I guess, Cascade paints.
Heritage paints.
Heritage paints, thank you. It is the Cascade yarn, though.
Yes, it is.
Cascade Heritage paints in the Thunder colorway. And got a little bit of work done on it.
Just a little bit, yeah. Mine's actually better for that today.
What might not be for the camera.
You're not going to be getting too much of the, it's a very subtle.
And part of that's because we have an unfortunate light behind us with where the
Yeah.
tree is. But
And we have curtains closed, but the sunlight is fairly bright despite the grayness of the sky. So it's
and you'll
washing
be
it
able
out.
to see it better on other podcast episodes. But it's kind of grayish, bluey.
Purpley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main color is gray with blue and purple sort of like in there,
Mhm.
showing up at occasions.
If you want to see the color, you might see it a little bit better in the shawl I made, that shawl scarf I made. That's the same colorway. And I think that we might have gotten a better shot of it with light, but we'll see. I don't know. Okay,
Mhm.
my turn. I think it's in this one. This is my Plover Bird medium bag. It's a sheepy bag, which I love. I never noticed it, but it's actually the black sheep bag. If you see the little black sheep among all the white sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my Christmas stocking I can't say who it's for because the person might watch the podcast. I did make some progress on it. You can see how it's turning out. This probably will not be done by Christmas, but that's okay. I started it really late on a whim. And I like the way it's turning out. It's
really
fun.
nice.
It's really fun. I would like to maybe do this in a self-striping yarn. Maybe get a Christmas self-striping yarn and see how that works. Because it's kind of a pain in the neck to have to, every single stripe, you have to change colors. I suppose I could do, like,
You could carry it.
well, then you waste a lot of yarn. And I could do, like, 3 rows of one color and then hit the white and 3 rows of the next color. So I don't have to, just make the stripes wider.
Right.
If I wanted to. And I could make it, if I wanted to, I could make it solid. I mean, it's nothing says that I can't. But I'm just following the directions as is right now, and I'm just enjoying it. It's a fun pattern. It's not potato chippy. The stitches aren't hard, but it's not potato chippy because you have to pay attention where you are so you know when to change your colors. And that's, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just have to kind of have a little more attention when I'm doing it. And I believe this is a free pattern, but I'm not sure, so I won't say too much more about that. I'm using an H hook and Knit Picks Bravo worsted in cream red and hunter green. And this is my first attempt at any kind of sock, so we'll see if what happens when I get to the heel and the toe. But I had some really nice encouragement from one of my swap partners in the, I think it was a Playful Day podcast group. They were doing I think they're still doing it actually, pattern swap for Christmas. And one of my swappies who had my name was encouraging me about socks. She was very sweet, and I think it was Celtic Cast On who was doing it for me, and she was very sweet about it. So this is for you, Celtic Cast On. I'm going to try to finish the heel on this thing. Let me see. Write down people. I have Celtic Cast On and Denise.
The next one I'm going to talk on is my Scrap Log Cabin blanket, and it's based on the idea of log cabin blanket pattern. I've never read one. I'm using various worsted and bulky weight yarns, even in DK yarns, and
You're using all those weights?
everything but fingering, basically. And these are from all different projects. And I think last time I might have still been in this bright green.
I like this.
So I've now I picked up the alpaca green from the Duke. And I'm going to keep going with that one.
I wore my Duke the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. So it's growing. It's not there yet. It's not nearly as big as Mom's.
My
But it's
stitches are
getting
bigger.
there.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
It is.
It's a little darker than mine in terms of the colors are a little.
Well, these are clothes I happen to wear. I think the ones you have are clothes you got for other people or for toys or something like that. But yeah, that's this project so far.
I like it. Okay. My next project is my Cranberry Cow project. It is in my Knitting My Den Kiki Boo bag. My Kiki Boo bag from Denise that Talia bought for me for Christmas, but gave to me early because I had a little accident with my teeth. And this has actually seen quite a bit of work. I like
quite
this.
lovely.
I like this pattern. I'm going to have to make another one, I think. Okay. This is where I started, and I think this is going to be rolling down for the cowl.
That makes sense to me.
I'm starting on my second set of increases. I'm just starting that right now, and you can see the pattern. I think, yeah, you can see the pattern. I really, really like this. I was unsure when I started it. I really like this. I'm just using Caron Simply Soft for this, and the color is burgundy, but I call it cranberry because it reminds me of cranberries. And she writes a nice pattern. I think there was a point where I was a little confused, but once I figured it out, it wasn't hard to figure out whatever it was that originally confused me. I didn't have to ask anybody, like this thing over here, to look at what I was, reading to make sure I got it right. So I was able to figure it out on my own. And it's really a lovely pattern. I think it's the Versatile V-Stitch Cowl to Wrap pattern by Kara Gunza. And I love it. I really do. If you like kind of a cowl that becomes a kind of like a poncho caplet kind of thing, you might want to try this. It's crochet.
It's adorable.
It really is quite nice. And she has the matching mitts you can get as well. I don't know if I have them yet. I have to check and see, but it's just a lovely pattern. And I think this is free as well. I think this is free as well.
I don't know.
I think. And
Are the Lay's other patterns free?
I'm sorry?
Are the Lay's other patterns free?
I think her mitts are free as well. I have to go back and get them, but I'm just quite enamored with this. I get cold. Denise, the hot flashes pass. They really do. I'm here to tell you. So you're going to get cold again. You'll be able to wear all your stuff comfortably. Yeah, Kickapoo bag. Little Zeta Bupper Pill owl.
There's not really a Zeta one.
That one is.
Yeah, but her Zeta buffer pills, she says are specific.
No, she said that this comes with her bag. She has some of her bags with Zeta Bupper Pills. This is a Zeta Bupper Pill too.
Okay.
My other one doesn't have a Zeta Bupper Pill on
Okay.
it. It just has a beaded pull. Okay. Oh, and I'm not making that in a DK weight like it calls for. The Brava worsted and the Caron is not that much heavier than a DK, so I went ahead and did it in the worsted. Your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to take another sip of tea because I'm starting to fade a bit.
I can tell. You get that blank look on your face.
Yep. You guys haven't seen me sleep on a podcast for a while, so.
Pluck chair. Entertainment.
Entertainment. So, you're going to catch me in the middle row because I don't feel like thinking back.
You're pulling a Lindsay?
Oh, wait. I already showed this project. So I don't Hey, you try working too.
This was her idea, not mine.
No, it was my idea. Because I wanted to make sure we had enough light to see the Christmas tree.
And my husband is coming home earlier than normal, so wanted to make sure he didn't interrupt us.
So, yes. It was my idea. So, in my knitting with my bag, Birdie's bag, is Noel. This is the Selena the cat pattern.
Selena the hat.
I am tired. By me, using Knit Picks Brava Sport in the colorways white, black, and grass, and cotton candy.
Like I think it was cat, hat, in French, chat chapeau. In Spanish, el gato in a sombrero. He's a cat in a hat. He's a chat in a chapeau. He also is a sombrero. No, he also is a gato in a sombrero. Ole, ole. Davina and Talia, we used to live in Belgium when the kids were really little for a little while. And we had this kind of a side yard, and we'd do in case you're familiar with the Cat in the Hat, there was a song from, I think it was the Cat in the Hat itself, right?
Oh, my mom's like one.
And we would do the circle outside, and Davina, who was older, would do the whole, ole, 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 da, 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 and she'd dance around, and she heard me saying this on the podcast, she'd be modified.
Horrified.
But,
So you're embarrassing her in front of all her friends.
All her friends, yes. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So.
Aw.
Kitty?
Did you work much on
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got feet down and stuff, okay.
I think I mentioned last time that I did the wrong size.
Yeah. Yeah, you changed some, right? You stopped. Yeah.
No, I figured I'd continue going with extra large
Well, I
feet.
figured you might. I mean, it's going to be a big cat later on.
So, body's all done. Legs, I have one more in here. It's hiding. There. 3 with long stockings, 1 with a short stocking.
Could be long stocking.
1 stocking rolled down. And I have started the tail. So,
Aww.
there's a little tail.
Looks like a little finger.
It is. It's the size
The
of my
fingernail.
finger. So, the kitty cat is making progress. She will be a little bit when she's done. She is intended for a gift box.
No.
Regardless of what Mom says, because she cannot keep every single animal that I create.
I can, in fact.
I will not permit her to. If she wants to make a small kitty, she can make her own small kitty.
Mine.
So, otherwise, I will never be able to give any unfortunate children toys because she hogs them all.
I'm an unfortunate child.
You're an unfortunate something.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay.
I know it doesn't look like I'm working nearly as much as I normally do. I just worked a lot on what I did work on.
This pattern, I didn't do a whole lot on. This is my Warm Wishes Afghan. I didn't do a lot because I had a lot of things I was working on otherwise. I didn't feel like working on it that much. But I think I did maybe 3 rows or 2.5 or something like that. I actually found my hook. How about that? Okay.
Whoa.
So you can see, focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. Can't see there. Well, you can kind of see it now. You can see where the post stitches are, and it's a fairly long blanket because this is the width. I mean, I can't even pull it straight from side to side, so it's fairly long. It's probably as wide as a love seat, 2-seater couch or 3-seater couch. And that's after I took it out and chained a smaller amount because the other one I was doing was absolutely humongous.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when this will be finished. This is another plop, Tilly's Plops. But I enjoy it when I work on it. This is another one that I can just kind of sit down and say, okay, I don't really have to pay attention. I just have to make sure where my start stitch is and my finish stitch is for the post stitches. But other than that, it's pretty mindless, and I'm enjoying it when I do it. I just haven't really felt like working on it. I've been wanting to work other things, and I had like swaps and things that kind of pushed it to one side for a while.
It'll get done when it gets done.
It'll get done when it gets done, and it's in my Plover Birds chai tea bag with chocolate beans, cocoa beans, and it's a large sweater size, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love all my bags from Plover Bird and from Knitting's My Bag. Let's see here. Need to put this back in. Shove it all in.
And Plover Bird and Knitting's My Bag do amazing bags.
Mm-hmm.
Plover Bird and Knitting's My Bag do amazing bags.
Yes, they do. They do absolutely fantastic bags.
You did just say something about them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I didn't just drink.
We rarely get bags from anybody but Knitting's My Bag and Plover Bird and Denise.
Yes.
Those are our main people that we usually. I want to get a Bakery Bear bag eventually,
Mm-hmm.
but at this point, I haven't had the wherewithal to do that just yet. We will eventually, but until then, this is the bag I've got for my sweater, and it's going to fly to the other. Ooh, that was a heavy bag. Okay, so is that it?
Mm-hmm.
FOs?
Yep. So before FOs, you've seen Oopsie. His pattern is still up for testing. The test is due to be done January 19th, although it can be flexible, although I prefer it out by 19th.
Mm-hmm.
There's Oopsie. Oopsie has a cousin.
Oopsie does have a cousin. This is Serena's Oops.
It's fun watching how the faces are a little different, too.
Serena's Oops is called Serena's Oops because Serena is one of my characters in one of my stories, and her betrothed gave her a bunny, and the bunny's name is Oops.
Yeah.
And so this is Serena's Oops. And Serena's Oops, I didn't realize had a gray tail.
Yes. There was a mistake on my part.
Yeah,
Sorry. Designer error.
It's okay.
Thank you, Nikki.
Nicole from Nicolo's World caught the mistake. I didn't. I just went ahead and did it. So my little bunny is a little different, and I love him. He makes me happy. Yes. So my finished object. Oops.
2 bunnies.
2 bunnies.
Well,
and he was living in my Knitting's My Bag large sea turtles bag.
Oops isn't really a finished object, you say, because Arena's Oops is, but my Oops isn't.
Your Oops isn't?
Not a finished object for this week, but we do have a finished object for me for this week.
Mm.
Neat. Oh, you're sweet. Buttermilk.
Buttermilk probably won't be here very
No,
much
she
longer.
probably won't be here very much longer.
She's adorable.
She ended up smaller than Oops. I used the same hook, but I used Knit Picks yarn instead of the yarn I used for Oops, which I can't remember what it is.
And
And she just ended up a lot smaller.
Knit Picks yarn, because I use Knit Picks for mine, and I know I have a bigger gauge than Talia, but the Knit Picks cream and sometimes the white is almost a DK.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it came out, it's got a smaller, I don't know, diameter or whatever you call it,
Right.
to make it, I don't know, Heidi or somebody can tell me what that is. But, and so I think that when you use that color, it turns out smaller.
Yeah, I think so too. But she most likely will not be staying.
Yeah. My
I
mom
showed her
thought.
to my grandmother, expecting just like, oh, that's cute. I had trouble extricating the bunny.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to show it on the podcast, I'd probably let her just keep it right then and there.
Yeah. She's the grandma my mother, who has Shadow.
Yeah.
And she likes
I
it
was just
so.
like, oh, hey, look, bunny. And she's like, bunny? Hug, hug, hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this bunny has had more hugs in 3 days of existence than almost any of my toys.
Yeah. It's a cute bunny.
So
So.
she has found an unexpected home.
And my mom informed me that, first of all, Shadow Law has a place of honor with her bear that I made a couple Christmases ago for her. And then she said that she had they stopped by here for the night on their way to my uncle's house. My uncle's celebrating his 80th birthday. I think it's day after Christmas or Christmas Eve or something like that. They're going to North Carolina to celebrate. And she brought a shawl. She brought a cowl I made for her and a shawl, kind of shawlette thing. She said, I'm still trying to figure out how I wore it. I wore it one way. I got all kinds of comments on it. so she's bringing that, and she's bringing a scarf that I made her. So my parents are extremely knit worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my father is the one who I gave him the hat, and he wanted to know where the mitts were. so
You should be like, how about a scarf?
Yeah.
How about we compromise on a scarf?
Yeah, how about a scarf? That would be good. I have to measure his hands and see if I can get some kind of mitts for him. I don't want to make gloves, but if he wants to do mittens, I'm willing to try that. So yeah, they're very knit worthy, and
Yes, they are.
yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else?
We should have stash enhancement.
Well, first, before we go to there, I wanted to do. I guess that's afterward. Odd Bibles afterward. Okay.
Yeah.
Stash enhancements. I have quite a few. Do you?
Then you should go first. I just had what I consider one project. And that's what I'm going to show it as.
Okay. Well,
and I figured they can see colors.
I can't show two of them, so I'll do those first because we can do these the other two together.
Oh, I forgot the purple in the other room. Oh well, I'm not getting up for it.
Um,
It's too hard to get in and out of here the way we have the lights
right.
set up.
We're very crowded in here right now. I said I wasn't going to do another swap for a while, but they had a pattern swap in a Playful Day podcast group, and I had two people. Excuse me, I'm gonna write this down.
I'm sorry.
I had two people who drew my name, and they each gave me two patterns, which was really fantastic. I had from, let's see here, I got from Cinnamon Girl, who, was it Cinnamon Girl? No, I think it was, shoot, I'm going to have to check and see if that's right. I think it was actually from Celtic Cast. No, who did I give it to? I gave it to Celtic Cast. Cinnamon Girl. Cinnamon Girl gave me the Slip Stitch Shawlette pattern by Rebecca Velasquez and Claire's Lace pattern by Julie Blagojevich. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Blagojevich. Anyway, they're two lovely patterns. I had actually given the second pattern to, I believe, Knitting Wolf a couple of years ago, and I really loved it. And I had both of them in my queue, so I was really happy about that. My other swap partner, who is Strickfrid, gave me a playful. She gave me the Masonry Jacket by Kira K Designs, which is what I wanted to swatch up for my Sweater Along. So she picked that up for me. I don't have to buy the pattern now, so that was really
Which
thoughtful.
is always nice.
And she also got me the cutest little owl pattern.
And it's pretty
By
cute.
Marissa Guerrero. It's the cutest little thing. I mean, it's got these. It's cute. I have to make it really soon. It's adorable. She obviously went through my patterns and looked. I mean, it was on my wish list, but she obviously looked at other things and saw, because I had different toys on there, and she picked out the owl. So yeah, so that was kind of cool. Now, do you want to do our stuff at the shop on the bottom of the hill?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to do the one first that I don't have anything planned for, and then we can do the ones that we have planned for?
Yeah.
Okay. We went to the shop at the bottom of the hill. No, George, we have not bought it yet. But we've continued to buy yarn.
If we continue pouring money into it, we might have enough.
Huh?
If we continue. Wait, what?
She's falling asleep.
What did I say?
You said,
What were we talking about?
the shop at the bottom of the hill. Buying the shop at the bottom of the hill. I mean, I think what you meant to say is that if we keep buying stuff, we buy enough for it. We might have it or something like that.
Okay. I felt like I was trying to say something like that.
Okay. I got some Patton's yarn and Encore yarn. This is Woolies. As you can see, a kind of more Encore yarn and more Woolies. This is something I hadn't heard from before. Maybe George has heard of it because he's been in designing a long time. George, this is Karen Windtuck. I got two of these, one in gray and one in blue. I don't know if you ever heard of this.
I wonder if it's like, it almost like it should be like German or something.
I don't know. I've never heard of it before, and I'm just wondering if maybe you'd heard of it, George, or anybody else. But George, because of your designing, stop it. I will be forced to hurt you. So these are just like random, like maybe I'll do a toy or something with that. But Talia and I also did some damage at the shop on the bottom of the hill for specific projects.
And we were thinking in particular for log cabin blanket.
And the prices are about half off what you would buy normally.
Yeah.
So
$2 a skein. So I picked up all worsted and bulky weights of Arcania, Araucania.
And these are out of.
These are completely not. They're discontinued.
Yep.
So I have multiple colors in here. This cream,
Red.
a reddish color.
It's almost a brick.
Yeah, it is. A green,
Christmas.
a gray.
And this has like a kind of an undertone of purple in it.
It does. A blue. You can go on and on through the list. I mean, there's just too many in here to run through them all. But you'll be seeing them as soon as this other blanket is done. This blanket will replace it. I'll just keep alternating skeins until I've used up all the yarn. But that way, I have a blanket made in this discontinued yarn with all its pretty colors.
What bag is that?
Oh, this is my large Bunny's Ploverbird bag.
Okay, now I have not put my yarn in anything yet. This is the one that I've got from my log cabin. And I had to buy, these were all half price, and they were $2 a skein. And I had to pick up 4 skeins because I wanted one more color. And I was missing one color that I picked up down at the hill, so I picked up 4. And I think it cost me almost as much to pick up the 4 skeins as it did to pick up all these. Well, not quite, maybe about half.
Right.
So I picked up, this is Light Lopi, Reynolds Light Lopi. It's a little scratchy, it's Icelandic yarn. I've never tried it. And it's going to be a blanket, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I have 3 of these. I have 3 of these. And 3 of these. I have 3 of these. 3 of this cream. You have the purple up there?
I did.
3 of the purple. And then I picked up, because I didn't have enough of the green, I picked up 1 more of the green, and I picked up 3 red, because I didn't have quite enough yardage. And I talked to my husband about it beforehand, because, you know, it's Christmas time, and it is kind of a bad time to be spending a lot of money. He said, what are you going to make out of it? I said, a blanket. He said, what are you going to do with it? I said, well, this here, I didn't make this. My great aunt made it when I got married over 30 years ago, and I'm afraid it's starting to fray. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put that blanket here and put this away before it gets ruined.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. So he was not, I mean, he's okay with it. It's not like I can't buy it. He just was curious about what I was going to do with it. Because I'm making blankets again. And so I told him, and he was like, he was cool with that. So that was cool. And I'm looking forward to making that as soon as I get my other one off the hook. Anything else? You have any autobiography?
No, I don't have anything in there. I
Okay.
mean, still doing Greek courses, still doing Wish Song Shannara.
Okay, I finished Wish Song of Shannara. I'm waiting
I
for
need
her
to
to
catch
finish.
up.
It was
And then
very,
we'll
very
start
good.
Indomitable next.
Yeah, I don't have that yet.
I don't
I did some editing for a writing friend, and I posted the second half of the first chapter of my final edits for my book, so I can get it published, and it's getting some good reviews, so I'm happy about that. And that's basically what I did for writing. Oh, I forgot.
What?
I forgot. Oh, we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. I want to first thank a few people. Thank Bella Socks. Do you have anything else that you want to say?
Not that's coherent.
Okay. Want to thank Bella Socks for her wonderful donation of yarns to the podcast. She knows it'll be used for prizes until it runs out, so we appreciate that. And also Maria Wilhelmina for her wonderful prize donations to our yarn stash. They will also be used until they run out. We thank everybody who has made donations because, as we have said repeatedly, we can only do so much, and you guys make the podcast prizes.
What?
You're falling asleep. You guys make the prizes awesome, and you guys make the whole podcast awesome, but you allow us to give more prizes than we would normally be able to give. So thank you very much. We are appreciative, truly. But before I forget,
Yes, this is awesome.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about what's in my hand.
Christmas gifts. Christmas gifts. Give me. Give me.
No.
Give me. Is it mine or not?
Okay.
Open your gift.
After all, what kind of podcast would be for Christmas if we are?
We'd have gifts. A gift exchange.
This is really awesome.
Well, show them.
Maybe you should open yours.
I must. We have sparkles and it keeps raining sparkles.
Yeah. It's raining sparkles. Oh, it's raining on my blanket.
Yeah. Ooh.
And there we go.
Pinhook and Needles mugs.
Isn't that really cool?
Isn't that awesome? I'm excited about that. Yay!
Yes.
We get
Very.
to drink out of our Pinhook and Needles.
We need to drink out of our faces.
That doesn't sound
Out of our heads. Very cool.
Yeah.
Our very own
Thank
logo.
you, Kaya. Our very own
Thank you
logo.
very much.
Yay.
So, very cool.
Yeah. We're kind of excited about that.
Yes. Perfect for the podcast.
Perfect for the podcast. Okay.
I need to shake out my blanket.
Yeah, I have sparkles all over everything. Okay. Let me put my hook back in. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. We will see you before the New Year, but we'll wish you a Happy New Year anyway. Full of every blessing and joy, and a week full of everything that makes you happy, whether it's knitting, crocheting, baking, relaxing with podcasts, whatever it is that you like to do.
Get all your Christmas wrapping done. Try to enjoy a little bit of time before Christmas to focus on the meaning of Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And try not to get overstressed. It's
a good time.
It's a time of peace and joy and goodwill, and you don't want to be pulling your hair out. You want to be enjoying it. And I don't want to sound preachy, but please take the time.
After all, if you're pulling your hair out, then you'll be bald. And
they can knit and crochet hair.
They could.
It kind of hurt a little bit to pick up stitches on your head.
I was thinking like those hair hat things, but if you want to be...
Well, you know, they have those hair weaving things where you weave the hair into the scalp.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's how it's done. In any event, you don't want to have to do that. So we want you to grab a cup of tea or coffee, have a cookie, watch Pinhook and Needles or Bakery Bears or Knitting Den or somebody, and I don't mean to cut anybody else out. I just don't want to go down the whole list of everybody I watch. So,
yes, I am already falling asleep, we will put me completely asleep if we go through a whole list.
A whole list of things. So
Because it is
10:30.
10:30 here, and I've worked from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
So we will say adios, adieu, Avita saying good night for her, and we hope to see you next week with Pen Hook and Needles. This is Pen Hook and Needles, episode 130. What, 4?
Yes.
Yes, 134. Give me a minute.
And what
Well,
doing?
I'm looking for the number. 134, and that's a wrap.